Hey, what's up guys, welcome to today's YouTube video. I recently just won a box of Secret Slayers with this Invoked Eldlich variant. I decided to put some spin to like the Eldlich archetype and added a new sub archetype, or like another archetype completely, which is the Invoked engine. I think this Invoked engine is like really insane, and so I'm going to show you guys a bunch of gameplay as well as some like combos that you can do with this deck, and why I believe this is like one of the best variants of Eldlich. I think Evil Eye is a really good variant as well, but I think this is like another twist that you can do, and it consistently can play through like evenly match, which is like one of the biggest blowout cards, and play through like a lot actually. Like this variant is just absolutely insane, and it gives you a higher ceiling in terms of like being able to like OTK your opponent, and sets up like a more massive board. Like sometimes you end up on 5 disruptions, and your opponent aren't always able to tell where they are, or like what they are. So without further ado, I'll walk you through the deck profile. So I like to like line up my deck profiles in terms of like their purpose within the deck. So I'll start off with like the 8 hand traps that I play, which is 3 Crow, 2 DD Crow, 3 Ash, 2 DD Crow, and 3 Nibiru. So the reason why, I mean, Ash is like a no-brainer, but the reason why you definitely have to play Ash is because of Purgatrio. The Purgatrio just enables like OTK like nothing else, and Ash is like, I think, is one of the best hand traps this format. Like it's so good to be able to Ash your opponent's like Scarlet Elixir to prevent them from getting access to like Lord, and like overall it just generically hits like so much. So Ash is just insane. I played 2 DD Crow. The main reason is because I also already have Haquero, and so I like didn't believe I need more than that, and in the mirror, Invocation can banish my opponent's Lord, so I didn't believe I needed more than 2 DD Crow. I just thought that more was just like quite like literally overkill, and it became bricky. Then I played the 3 Nibiru, and that's just to respect like the rock deck. I think that obviously like Cody just won the PBG recently, the weekend championship with the rock deck, but the thing is, they're not always gonna end up on Herald, and they're not always gonna be able to play. Like their hand has to be like mediocre to like pretty good to play through the Nibiru. And so, and because Cody's rock deck at least doesn't play the Kokimiru Guardians, which means that like he has to rely on making that Herald in order to play around the Nibiru or like an Appaloosa. Next, I'm going to show you guys the second part of this deck, which is like the Eldritch deck. So I played the 3 Golden Lord, which is like mandatory. You want to open up with the Golden Lord because Invocation can dump it from the hand for you, which would then allow you to like not neg as you like use Lord's effect from the graveyard. Because if you use Lord's effect from the hand to discard 1 and send 1 card on the field, that was like super cute, but the thing is, it's better if you use Invocation to dump it and then use Lord to like continuously plus. Then you play the 3 Curse Eldlich, because like I said, you want to see Lord in your opening hand with Alistair. I think like having Lord in your opening hand with Alistair is so busted, and I'll show you guys like combo videos. You only play 1 black and 1 white in this variant because you don't want to open these two, because the thing is, you're gonna get Lord access anyways, and these two are like quite literally breaks. You just play them for the name and the ability to send them off soul so that you can plus and set lands. Then you play the 3 red. It's literally the best elixir in like the deck, and so you just play it because the thing is, it's a fast effect, so if you activate it, you can then just chain it and set right away, or like at least on the following turn. So that's why like of course like you have to play 3 red, and I think that's mandatory for any Eldritch version you play. Then you play 3 Conquistador, and that's just because like a pop non-target on your opponent's turn is like really strong, and it's like good against everything. It's good against literally every single deck, whereas the 2 Haquero, it's only good against certain decks, and like sometimes Haquero is not as impactful, so that's why I have it at 2. I think the 2 DD Crows in the main deck will also supplement that. And then you play the 1 of Counter Trap, just in the situations where you have both black, white, and red, or like you have ways to like get 3 types of lands. You don't want to search double land, so you want to be able to search the Counter Trap here. Then of course, for consistency, to get to like your second archetype, which is like the Invoked engine, is the 3 Magical Meltdown, the 3 Alistair, which is like essentially like 6 copies of Alistair, and then you have the 2 Invocation. I believe that Invocation is actually super neat because it comes up a lot where you need the second one to play, and it synergizes really well with the Invoker, the Invoker Madness link, which is why you play 2, because you can search the other one. And then that helps you push for OTK. For your draw engine, you play the Magician Souls, and then your target is a secret tech, which is Palladium Oracle Mana. And this is something that I can't take credit for, but BCH Ninja, aka Nicholas Natatello, he recently was featured on my channel for playing Altergeist, but he was the one who showed me this card. And essentially it's really neat because when you send Palladium Oracle mana for cost, if you get Veilered or Imperm on your Souls or your Alistair, you can then automatically chain Oracle to Reborn it from the grave and then make Crowley, and then Crowley will get you your Spellbook Engine, which is the next line of draw power in this deck, and it's the one of Blue Boy, Secrets, and Knowledge. And the main reason why is because this increases the consistency of the deck and the draw power of the deck, so that you usually end up with 5 cards in your hand, have like a Pop, a DD Crow, and a Mechaba. And then you have like a lot of hand traps in your hand, so you're kind of playing it almost like Salads almost, but like on a much higher ceiling. So this is why I really like this deck. Now I'll go into like the side decks, 3 Evening Match, and 3 Dark Ruler, which is a change that I like in this variant because instead of Spear Mode, because you actually use your normal summon, and so Dark Ruler is a lot better because even if they flip anti-spell on you in like the standby phase, you can like try to like bait it out with Lord and then like continue playing. But you can go Dark Ruler and then go Purgatrio to wipe the entire board clean. So that's why I like Dark Ruler. You play 3 Solemn Judgment for going first. Like for example, you want to side out like I usually side out like the whole Spellbook Engine for going first, just because like I like having that Solemn Judgment, be able to play around like, you know, Evenly Match and like other like dumb stuff. Cosmic Cyclone is a 3 of because it destroys the mirror. And even though the Invoked variant already have a good matchup against the mirror, I like Cosmic Cyclone a lot because it lets you make like technical outplays, and even against like the Dragon deck, it's really good against like you know, the Boost Sector, Field Spell, like, and so yeah, it's just like overall I think a really good card, and like having it banished is like a way that stops the opponent from recurring their resources. And then you play the 3 Lightning Storm just because it hits like decks like Geist and Guru, which I still think is going to be relevant within the meta. Like people are still going to play that deck just from like a tried and true strategy almost, and so that's why you have to still respect that and have like the Lightning Storm in there. Next for the extra deck, Caliga is 2 Mechaba and 1 Purgatrio. So the 1 Caliga was something that I added last minute, and I think this card is absolutely busted because the thing is, if you end up on a counter trap with Lord, so you end up on Lord counter trap Caliga, like that's just game, because Caliga becomes almost like a win in that essence. So like for example, against the Rock deck, the first effect they activate, you negate it, and then they literally can't activate any more effects and they just pass. It's literally game. And then you can negate it with the counter trap. So if they try to like somehow get bigger than 1800, your Alistair buffed it in like damage step and it'll go to 2800, and you just kill them the next turn. So Caliga literally stuns them for a turn, and then you just literally win the game. Mechaba is like very obvious. You play 2 just because like it comes up a lot where you need to make the second one. The one of Purgatrio is because there are some situations where you need both, but more often than not, I think if I play correctly, I only need 1, because when I do make Purgatrio, I make it so that I guarantee game. Like I don't just make Purgatrio just to make it, and so it makes me think more about whether or not Purgatrio is correct in this case. You play the 1 Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, because there are times where it comes up where like you want to be able to like search Invocation and make Purgatrio Mechaba, so that you can ensure that your Purgatrio pierces everything and like you don't lose to like Disruption. So that's the reason why I play Alistair. You play the 2 Nightmare package because it comes up where you want to link off your, like for example, your Caliga that you stun your opponent with into a Phoenix, so that you're no longer locked into 1 monster effect, so then you can just kill your opponent. And then you can also do Unicorn, but also to go back on Alistair, the reason why it's really good because Caliga plus Lord through like red or something makes the Invoker, and then if you just use Invocation, which like you usually have an Alistair for the follow-up, you can then use Lord effect, and so that gets you like Mechaba with 35, Lord with 35, and then 1800 from Alistair, and then you search another one, so you make Purgatrio, and so like that's over like 10,000 damage. So that's how you like kill really easily. You play the 1 Amaraj and 1 Secure Garner for like the basic Alistair plays, in case you don't get a light, because Souls usually gets you the light, or if hard drawing, the Eldlich gets you the light. Next you have like the 1 Linkrima and 1 Anima, and that's just for the Magician Souls. You want to convert that card to like something that's actually good than just a vanilla level 0 attack. And then you play the 1 Crowley because like I said, if you open up Alistair plus Souls, you then plus like 5, because you go Alistair, search, Invocation, Souls, dump 2, draw 2, and those two that you dumped are plus cards, so you went +3. And then you search Crowley will search you one of these, and if you search secret, you'll activate knowledge and draw 2 more, so you literally went +5. So that's why Crowley is really good. Then you play the one of Pleiades, just for that, you know, like the situation where you have double lands. You play Leap and Yugioh Max, so you have like more win cons. And this is why like I didn't believe I need the second Purgatory Trio, because like the Gustav Max and a Leap gives you like that second win condition. Yeah guys, and I guess yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. I'm not going to show you guys like some gameplay with this, just to show you guys like how good this like deck is. Alright guys, so now I have a replay for you here. I'm currently piloting Invoked Eldlich, and I'm playing against Altergeist. And so here I open up the Alistair and I go Alistair, search Invocation, and here's the play I was talking about. You go Eldlich, search Golden Boy, you activate Invocation to banish the Alistair, and you dump your Lord from your hand. You make the Mechaba here, so you play around interruptions. It's also really neat that you do this, because now that I can use Invocation, add Alistair back to hand. And here's really important. So you see how he has DD Crow in here. He's not going to activate DD Crow under Mechaba, because he's afraid that I'm just going to chain Mechaba to the DD Crow. So here I use which is why Mechaba is so insane to like make first with Alistair. Then I can freely use Lord Effect and not worry about getting DD Crow, which is what I did here. And then I can just use red to banish and set Haquero, set counter trap, and then just pretty much set Haquero and set the Conquistador and just pass on there. I held the Conquistador in my hand mainly for and didn't get greedy on setting a counter trap, just because I wanted to like play around someone main decking Evilly Match or Impermanence or anything like crazy. And so that's why I kept the trap in my hand. Of course, if I were to negate if I were to negate a trap card, this would leave the field, and then I can just banish at end phase and get a plus from there too. So he goes off with Marionetta, and I decided not to negate this, and the main reason why is because I have a feeling that most likely he's gonna set the protocol, and all I'm gonna do at end phase is just pop the Marionetta, and then protocol's not live. So I'm just gonna pop Marionetta, and then if he activates protocol, I can negate the activation. Or if he activates spoofing, I have this. I have Mechaba to discard a trap. So at that point I was lit, and then I went Haquero to banish the Marionetta too, just to make sure that if he has manifestation, which like I predicted he had, then I can just ensure that there's no way for him to like activate manifestation raw to trigger spoofing or trigger faker. Here I draw into another Alistair. I just went straight to battle phase because I realized like there's no reason to overcommit. Like I have enough damage on board to just straight up win the game. And so I'm just gonna move everything to attack, and then here he immediately concedes because he realizes that. And so I'm just gonna I elect to go he elects to go first now to like set up his board. And so he like opened up Extravagance, which I thought was really broken. So he draws into Extravagance, he activates what else? Melistique, links Melistique into the Faker, and then from here he sets 2 and pass. So here I knew that he has Faker in hand, so I knew that I had to like hit, like I knew he was playing Strike, I knew he was playing Solemn Judgment, just because any standard Altergeist list would. So the first thing I do is I don't activate Alistair, I don't activate this, I don't activate Meltdown. The first thing I do is I send both of these and target a random set. I hit the Judgment, which was super lucky, and then he Cosmic Cyclones my Meltdown right after I activate this. And this was really important because I know now that unless he has Evilly Match in his hand, there's no way that he can trigger a multi-faker. So I knew that whatever else I do now, I'm 100% lit. So I do the standard play, and I just keep going. So I banish red, I set 1, I use Lord Effect to summon, and then from here on I just make Amarage. I link all of them into I link Almirage. I had to make Almirage first, so when I link Almirage and Souls, I can make Alistair. I couldn't have done it before. Here I'm just gonna activate Invocation, banish the mana, which is a light to make Mechaba. Discard my brick, which is the blue boy, to search another Invocation. I can then use Invocation effect to add Alistair to hand, and this is what I'm doing to like go for game, because like I said at the start of every turn, always think, do I have game? I know he has nothing else, he doesn't have multi-faker, so I'm like thinking in my head, how do I kill him? And like here's a good example where I go for attack with I didn't do anything else fancy because I did the math, so I'm like, okay, this card's at 3500, he lost 1,000 from Cosmic and Cyclone. If I damage step Alistair in the Mechaba, it'll be 35-35, which is exactly 7,000. Bait the Karibo with the Alistair and then just win. So I didn't need to do anything fancy here, and so that's what I did. And then that's like a Swift 2-0, and just to show you guys like the power of this deck, like this deck is absolute nuts. But yeah guys, thank you so much, and please comment in the comment section below if you like this list. I have a lot more gameplay. If you guys are interested, please check out my stream. That's where I do which is twitch.tv/pack_official_TCG, and that's where I do a lot of like live gameplay like this. And yeah guys, definitely stay tuned. Crush Card Cup episode 2 is going to be coming out pretty soon, in which I took this list and I played it against actually a viewer from my channel. So yeah guys, get excited, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.